Hello again. My name is Kumi Sato. I am currently the CEO and president of a company called Cosmo Public Relations. And here joining with me today is our chief strategist of our company, Satoki Sano. Satoki and I go back a long ways. We were together studying at an international school in kindergarten, so that is almost 5 decades ago. So time runs, well,
flies.
Yes. That's right, time flies. So here today, I want to continue to share with you some of the learnings that I have written through my book, Communication Leadership. The book has come out from Nikkei last October in Japanese, and I hope that I can encourage all of you readers to pick up the book, and where you find that you need more explanation of how this framework or DDER matrix works, to please go buy the book and try to study it there. So today is part 3 of our lecture, which is called using the umbrella framework. So Satoki, let's try to recap what our first 2 lectures have been.
Yes, great, Kumi. Today, in order to explain how to use the umbrella framework, what we want to do is we want to kind of go back and summarize what we need to truly understand about the business goals, the communication goals, and how we develop strategies. Could you do that, Kumi?
Yes. We want to take you through a series of the steps which is communicated, are shown in the framework, umbrella framework. By the way, some of you may be thinking, why is it called umbrella? Well, the reason why my editor and I chose the umbrella theme is because we were thinking about how a framework could be seen almost as a symbol or have a life of its own in terms of visual effect. And we thought that many of these concepts should fall under an umbrella. But similarly, are you familiar with the book called The Barbara Mintos, The Tree Structure?
Yes, it's a very famous book.
Well, I think that many of you who are watching this course probably have come across a book called The Pyramid Structure, and it is by Barbara Mintos, who used to work for McKinsey, where I used to work as well. So we're all very into the structure thing. We like to have frameworks and structures to think and help us think through, and so that we have a clearer idea of what to do and how we should get there. So subsequently, we use the word umbrella concept. So in the umbrella concept or umbrella framework, we begin by identifying the business goal and the communication goal. Now, many of you, I think, again, are familiar with the term business goal, and the term communication goal may be something relatively new. So I want to explain what a communication goal is. But Satoki, from my last class, how would you explain what a communication goal would be?
Well, a communication goal, as we've been talking about, would be what is the end goal to the target audience that we want to achieve. And as you have been explaining in our past 2 parts of this lecture, you have been saying that we need to define a clear target audience. Who do we want to talk to?
Right.
And then you also said, what do we want those target audiences to do? What action do you want them to take?
Right.
And in order for that to happen, what do we want them to understand? What do we want them to think?
Right. And this is all because part lecture 1 and part lecture 2, I think, conveyed the message to my audience that communication is a very powerful tool, that it is actually a two-way not understanding your audience, and that the goal of communication is to make sure that you understand the mindset of the target audience, that you hijack what they're thinking so that they could be convinced of what you're trying to say or your message, but in a logical fashion. So communication, by doing that, which is to be logical, can capture your audience enough so that they will end up doing what you would like them to do. So communication is really a means of trying to get people to do what you want them to do.